right, Caroline Downey, National Review columnist, Liz Peek, Fox News contributor, both dear friends. Look, first week of the new year, all right, Trump has done everything right. He's blowing up communism in Latin America, and the Democrats are sitting there with their mouths open saying, we don't like this, we don't like this. And on top of everything else, the economy's growing at, 5.5% in the fourth quarter, and the Democrats are telling us how bad it is? It's astonishing to me. They're getting everything wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he's on a roll. And, the leftists are accusing Trump of being schizophrenic in his justification for Venezuela. They're saying, is it strategic deterrence against our enemies? Is it oil? Is it drug trafficking? How about all the above?
Yes.
How about all of them? He has killed so many birds with one stone. No casualties. Troops unscathed, in and out 90 hours. It's magnificent. And so now we have, like you said, Larry, maybe communism on the decline in the southern hemisphere. And finally, we can start exerting our influence there. And that's not a bad thing.
Front page of the Wall Street Journal. It's a news article. Trump doctrine confounds allies and foes. What's so hard to understand here? There's a whole article about this. They couldn't have been more wrong.
I think they have trouble with the idea that President Trump will do whatever it takes to defend the United States. And it is truly an America First policy. This whole idea that it's not MAGA because it's overseas or it's not inside our borders, it's such a preposterous charge to level against this president, right? He will go wherever and do whatever he thinks is necessary to defend the interests of the United States. I believe that. And I think what he's done so far is absolutely appropriate in that perspective, whether it's in Israel, whether it's in Venezuela, whether it's in the future in Greenland. No, I don't think he's going to attack Greenland. No. Do I think he's going to derive some sort of agreement where we have better national security and access to much needed rare earths and other products? Yeah, I think that's probably going to happen. I hope so. It's a great idea.
Without shedding any blood.
Yes.
Without shedding any blood.
And
it's unbelievable.
And tapping into their oil reserves, honestly, pretty brilliant, right?
Right.
Because
he's going to decide, he and Rubio, they're going to, I skirted this with Burgum, can't say it. He couldn't tell me everything, but I have sources. Anyway, they have a fund. The money's sales, Venezuela, and all is going into the fund. And Mr. Rubio and Mr. Trump are going to figure out where that money goes. Now, we'll see about Cuba. I want them to cut Cuba off because Cuba's the troublemaker in Argentina, in Venezuela. Last word to you.
I think when it comes to the economy, again, you can think about this foreign policy move as also enhancing that because the oil supply might, drive prices down even further. We're seeing gas prices decline. And I think Trump's been great about actually going to the root cause of our economic problems with production and innovation. I think we need to start moving away from the Band-Aids and the quick fixes, not going after the institutional investors who want to buy homes. That's not going to work.
Even I'm opposed to that.
Right,
It's
right.
really the worst thing in the world. And you keep putting cars in the middle of roads in Minnesota, you're going to have problems. If they don't let the agents do what they're meant to do, you're just going to have problems, and it's a pity.
This is a mess, I think, politically, but guess what? It's law enforcement.
If
you oppose law enforcement, that's the wrong thing to do. You're going to pay a price. That's exactly right.
More time. Caroline Downey, Liz Peek, fabulous stuff.